Beginning ODO podcast in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Welcome to the ODO podcast, where normal is not my specialty. I am your host, as always, the really achy Adam Higgins, the Odd Dad Out. You can find me at oddadoutpodcast.com. Just want to get that out of the way. And this is a show where I ramble and rant and tell stories and spew whatever the hell is falling out of my head. I make fun of some new stuff, and I tell you about some podcasts I think you should listen to most of the time. And this is going to be one of those weeks where I'm and I guess I should just say it's a case of, the weather's changing. It's fall. It is officially October. It is the first show of October. And I'm getting that weather changing, not feeling so greatness. Just like, it's been raining here all week because Hurricane Rosa, I think it is. We're getting like remnant rain from a hurricane, which hasn't happened here in a long time, like 20 some odd years, at least. And so, yeah, it's been raining and it's been cold. I shouldn't say colder. It's been in the 80s, but it's been cooler than it had been last week. We are well out of the triple digits right now. But of course, then, sinuses start flaring up, and I've just been feeling kind of cruddy this week. General lack of energy. And so, yeah, that's just where I'm at right now. And I've been busy with other stuff, and I'm just tired. But it's just kind of, comes and goes. I mean, seasons are seasons. How many people out there get seasonal allergies, or, it's just the seasons changing, get that kind of crud in there. Chances are in another week, all of this rain and everything's going to work its way out, and it'll be 95 degrees again. Because we don't really get fall around here until November, if we're lucky. And again, fall in Arizona is 70s and 80s. So, yeah, there's that. But, yeah, I'm not going to say I'm not in the mood for the show. I wanted to do the show. I don't have the energy, You ever have that? Where you get up and you just lack the energy to do anything. And that's kind of where I'm feeling right now. I'm like, the house is a mess. Gotta make dinner. I gotta do laundry. I gotta, household chores. And I just generally lack the energy to do it right now. But if I don't, then the boys will just further destroy the house. So there's that. But all of that going on. How are you? Yeah, it's been fun. It's been, I guess I should go to, if you were not aware, this past Sunday, Sunday, September 30th was International Podcast Day, which I mentioned last week. And I did end up doing a Facebook Live disaster because I'm no good at Facebook Lives. And so that was kind of cool. Again, I'm no good at those things. I'm really not. I may, if I can pull it up. I was trying to find a way to just download the video so I can strip the audio out of it, but I couldn't. I think there's a way to do it. I just don't know how. I think they might have actually stripped that function out of it. But yeah, if I can, one way or another, I'll probably pull that audio one way or another and probably drop it in the feed maybe over the weekend or something. If you feel like listening to it, I might clean it up a little bit because it's it's kind of all over the place. And when I don't have the ability to sort of self-edit as I go, pulling the curtain back. I've stopped 2 times already to yawn, but when you're doing live, you can't do that. Taking a drink of my coffee, things like that, I have to filter out. So depending on how it all comes out, I may drop that in this weekend, maybe. I'm just, ugh, I've got just, like I said, just general lack of energy right now. And, I love, I had a lot more energy on Sunday when I did that. And that's the thing. It's like, I love podcasting and I love International Podcasting Day. And I literally spent an hour on Sunday just vamping about podcasting in the community. And, it's just that thing that I have gotten so into this in the last 3 years that it's very much a part of me, and it's done so much for helping my general confidence. It's like I'm more confident, I'm more capable of getting on here and speaking every week and really just, letting the emotions out and I'm generally unfiltered here. Like I said, I've said before, there are certain topics I don't discuss because I don't feel like just picking a fight. I don't talk politics for a reason. But, I'm generally unfiltered here. You get me. You get all of me. And, 3 years ago, very filtered and measured about what I would say and what I don't say. And now it's just, come on here, tell you, empty my heart and my soul out to you, dear listeners. But that's what I do. And so, yeah, but I've become more confident. And I've always said before, and if you go back and listen to the really old episodes, you could hear how nervous I was and how long it took me to kind of loosen up in the shows. And now I get on and I turn the mic on and the music starts going and I'm on. And like I said, during the Facebook thing, I record with the music. I hear the music as I do the opening because it gets me in the mood. It gets me into show mode, because if I don't have that, that's the switch, turn the music on. It's like, all right, there's the intro and I'm, welcome to, and then I'm on. And 3 years ago, I didn't have that. I mean, hell, 3 years ago, I technically didn't have an intro. I was, playing random sound effects and, insert canned applause here. Yay! I don't have that. But now I've got music and I've got bumpers and I've got all the things that I've put together. And I feel better about it, and I'm more confident in the show as it is now. And I'm generally more confident in, I'd say, when it comes to podcasting, little introverted, shy me who would, as a kid, would always kind of slink away from a lot of things. Now I'm at least when it comes to podcasting and the podcast community, I'm super open and I'm totally willing to. It's like, nope, I'm there. I'm right here. I will talk all day about podcasting. I can talk all day and all night about podcasting. Pull my string, I will go for a mile. It is probably the only thing of all the things that I do, between cooking and music and writing and all of the things that, I've said it before, I'm the jack of all trades, master of none kind of person. I can do 1,000,001 things. This is the one thing I'm totally comfortable with talking about and sharing. And I can talk podcasting and my podcast friends all day, like I did on Sunday. And this is, Cliff's Notes version of kind of what I said on the whole train wreck of a live stream Sunday. But yeah, it has given me friends that I never had, that I never could have had. I've got, never mind the friends I've made here in town, like Chris the Mole Man and Mike Jolitz and connected with other Arizona podcasters in the AZ Podcasters Facebook group, but which I would never have been a part of had I not been a podcaster to begin with. But then the connections with other podcasters across the country, like John from Brand X and Hate to Wait with Emily Prokop, and John's in Jersey and Emily's in Connecticut. Matt and Becky and Joe from PRL who are in Ohio. Lisa and Sam from I Shake My Head who are in Canada. All of the, Paul and Wayne from The Countdown, and Gareth and Bex, and the Mark from What's Happening with the New Man, and Heather. And again, if you haven't caught this, I was traveling east. But, I don't know anybody in the general. Okay, there's Susie from Casual Birder and Stacy from Rough Giraffe. To skip back, there are a handful of people in Europe, but for the most part, I go from America all the way to Australia. That's it. These are my big markets. But this is where my friends are. They're in Australia. They're here. And of course, Heather Welsh from Sunshine and Power Cuts all the way over in New Zealand, which is technically a lot closer to me than England is. But I was traveling east and I just kept that little Indiana Jones line going. But I've made all of these friends that if it weren't for this industry, if it weren't for this community, I never would have been able to. I have friends. I have people who care when I get sick. I have people who, when they don't hear from me, notice. I never had that before. I didn't have that in school with people that I saw on a regular basis. And it's just this has been more to me, and it's been more impactful in my life than anything else I've ever done, short of getting married and having kids, because come on, nothing is bigger than getting married and having kids. But when it comes to things really affecting my life and changing me and who I am and helping me be a better person, podcasting, it did that for me. It helped me come out of my shell. It gave me a platform to come out and express myself and create a thing that I could consistently create a thing. And it's fun and I enjoy doing it. And coming from a radio family and a big family on both sides of talkers, I was destined to be behind a microphone and yakking my head off. And so I'm so comfortable doing this. I'm so happy doing this. And again, it's turned into not only something I love to do just for the sake of doing it, but also something where I've further embedded myself in the community, working to be an editor to help other podcasters make the best shows that they can, because I want to help other people make the best things that they can. And yeah, it's the good side of me. I want to help people. I want to do good things. I want to help the other people in the community have the best thing that they can, because I want everybody to be awesome. And so, yeah, that's, me. That is my post-International Podcast Day vamping spiel. But I think I'm going to take a quick break, catch my breath, because I'm tired and I'm winded. I am. And I've got some news stuff I've just got to talk about. So I'm going to take one quick break and I will be right back. Hey, do you want to support the show while also looking really cool? Check out the Odd Dad Out merch store at oddadoutpodcast.com/merch. Get yourself an Odd Dad Out t-shirt. Get yourself a coffee mug. You know how much I love those. And it's starting to cool down a bit. You might want to grab yourself a Normal Is Not My Specialty hoodie. Plus, just added, I've got stickers there you cannot get anywhere else. So grab those and so much more in the merch shop at odddadoutpodcast.com. So, couple of things that I wanted to cover in the news. I'm not going to get too deep into them. First off, yesterday I found out, or I guess the whole world found out, that Toys R Us decided, or I guess the investors and the debtors involved with Toys R Us decided they're going to cancel the bank. They're not going to foreclose, I guess. They're not going to close all of the Toys R Us's. And this just like, what? Seriously? Literally, they, like, right before they started the whole, we're going to auction off the IP, the intellectual property that is Toys R Us, because they haven't already sold and closed down every single location and sold everything that the company owns other than the property itself. The name is all that remains of Toys R Us. That was going to be auctioned off. And then all the debt people and everybody that, you know, was owed all the money and all the people that controlled the name said, you know what? Toys R Us is too big to let go. This brand is too big to die. We're going to rebrand. We're going to rebuild it. We're going to fix this. And all I could think is, where the fuck was this a year ago? Where was this 6 months ago when you closed all of them? All of the thousands of people that are now unemployed because you assholes decided at the last minute, literally, that you were going to not shut down Toys R Us. It's like, oh, we're going to rebuild and re-strategize our brick and mortar locations and our online business. There is no online business. You can't go on toysrus.com and buy a toy. There are no more stores. They're all closed. There are memes going around right now of Toys R Us's that are now Spirit Halloween stores. A lot of them. Seriously, guys, what the fuck? You could have done all of this replanning and restructuring a year ago when you announced you were going through bankruptcy. I've never seen a business like this go from, hey, we're announcing bankruptcy, to fucking closed as fast as they did. Usually, especially with a company that size, you're talking about, oh, we're going through bankruptcy, we're going to restructure so we can stay competitive or so we can avoid closing. They didn't do any of that shit. It was, we're announcing bankruptcy within a year, because it was last September when they said, hey, we're filing for bankruptcy. Now they're like, oh no, everything's fucking gone. I've never seen a place shut down that fast. And then for them to flip it on a dime. It's like, never mind, we're going to keep it. We're going to rebuild the brand. Like, you motherfuckers. All these people are unemployed because you guys got greedy. And I'm not going to say, yeah, they owed them tons of money. Toys R Us was billions of dollars in debt. I understand that. But, you know, if you have any thought of, hey, we can rebuild it, we can fix this to get our money back, the hell, do that instead of laying off thousands of people. That's the part that's pissing me off, is that after thousands of people lost their jobs and all these things, and childhood memories were crushed from all of these Toys R Us's being closed, now you change your mind and say, oh no, we're going to keep it, we're going to rebuild. Like, well, now you're rebuilding from the ground up. So, good work, assholes. But all that aside, and the other thing I just have to talk about, and I'll link to the Toys R Us thing, but I can't link to this, but I have to do it. And if you follow social media and pop culture stuff, I've just got to do it. It's time for the Jackass of the Week. Lindsay fucking Lohan. If you haven't heard, apparently through an Instagram story, live story thing, whatever the hell, while partying in Russia, Lindsay Lohan decided that she was going to free some children that she thought were being like trafficked live on Instagram, which no, they were just homeless and with their mom. So you've got crazy bitch Lindsay Lohan walking up to these people, walking up to these kids and saying, hey, come with me, get in my car, come with me, basically trying to fucking kidnap these kids. Meanwhile, mom is like, crazy white lady, get the hell away. And she's apparently speaking to them in Russian too. I think they said she was speaking in English and I forget what else, but apparently her English, she has a weird accent now. She's been living in, I forget where, somewhere over in the Middle East area in like Dubai or somewhere. I don't know. I don't follow her that much. She ain't done shit in a while. She's just crazy. But apparently she's crazy enough to go and try and kidnap some kids thinking they're being trafficked, which ultimately results in mom punching her in the fucking face. Yeah. She got punched out trying to kidnap some kids that she claimed were being trafficked. Meanwhile, mom is just, crazy lady, get the fuck away from me and my kids. So I don't have the details. You know, again, it was in an Instagram story, so those disappear, and then she took it down because she got knocked the fuck out on Instagram. But holy shit, crazy bitch. And word is that, you know, she is no longer clean and sober. Her friends are saying, oh yeah, no, she's back to her old partying ways, and she's getting, you know, she's just drugs and alcohol like crazy again, cause Lindsay. But that I just had to. I mean, when something like that happens, you're just like, nope, you win. You're the fucking jackass of the week. But that's going to be it for me for this week. I told you I was tired. I don't have any more in me for today. I'm sorry. I know this is literally the shortest full show I've done in a long time. I think this is the first time I didn't say that it was going to be a short show, and then it turned out to be a really short show. But check out all the past episodes, odddadoutpodcast.com. Connect with me on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, all the places. Check out the Twisted World of the Odd Dad Out Facebook group and tell me what you think. Do hang out with some people who dig the show. Make fun of me. I don't care. If you're really digging the show, tell your friends about it. Share it on social media. That is the most awesome thing you can do in the world. It really just helps get the word out so other people can check out this thing that you think is pretty darn cool. But until next week, I'm Adam Higgins, the Odd Dad Out. Thank you and good night.